Hello and welcome to episode 68 of the Geek Games podcast. I am Sam Suvak alongside Cody Tetrick. Cody, how's it going?
Hey Sam, it's going pretty well.
You got your Macho Man shirt on, you're ready to throw down.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was watching the Games Done Quick of a Punch Out, and there was somebody like flexing their pecs and then flexing their butt, and I think Grune said it was Macho Man. But he was not dressed as such on your shirt, so I don't really recall. Maybe it was something else. Maybe I'm also misremembering it. Anything's possible.
I've missed a ton of that Games Done Quick, and I really want to go back and watch, because there's been some pretty cool ones.
Yes, I watched some of the Titanfall 2, and it was really cool, but I was also at work, so I didn't actually get to watch very much of it. It did inspire me to go back and try to play the Gauntlet, and to try to get it fast enough to get that trophy. I did it for about 30 minutes, and I was like, fuck this. I fucking hate this, and my thumbs were hurting, so I stopped. But yeah, anyway, so like I said, this is episode 68, so you might be a little excited thinking, ooh, next week's going to be episode 69. Slow down, guys. Just settle down. We'll get there. But as you might know, we've got the 4th of July coming up. Cody's taking a little vacation. I'm taking a little break. So we're going to have one of our famous rainy day episodes next week. So then episode 69 will be the week after that. Don't worry, it'll be fine. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, the rainy day episode is about Street Fighter. And in that episode, we talk about how there was going to be another rainy day episode that would have aired before this one. That was going to be Detective Pikachu, but we never got around to watching that. So that's why that didn't happen, and that's why it's just Street Fighter, which is still going to be a lovely episode, even if it's perhaps some might say not the loveliest of movies. But
yeah,
you'll have to tune in next week to find out.
Yeah.
All right, Cody, you want to get us started on some video game talk with our favorite returning segment, the Destiny Download.
Yeah, so hey, I'm still playing Destiny, because, that's the thing I do.
Hey.
But I have some exciting news.
It's your Destiny.
Yeah, it's my Destiny. So I did what I said I was going to do last week, and I went and did the new raid, the Crown of Sorrow raid, and I honestly think it's like one of my favorite raids. It's very mechanic heavy. But so the kind of premise is we're invited back to the Leviathan. Callus is like, hey, I need some help. One of my guys who I put like this hive artifact on is going a little crazy. So I need you to go take care of him. And so you actually go into a part of like where the menagerie happens, and but you have to do a puzzle and
like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, a lot of fun. I got a ton of armor. I didn't get any new weapons, but I was a little bummed about.
Did you get a crown?
I did not. I did get to. So at the end of the raid, you defeat the boss, and he disappears, but the crown falls on the ground, and you can go standing in it. And if you look up, you get to see these hive runes, and people are speculating what the hive runes translate to. Really cool. The group I did it with, we did it in about 2 hours. It was another one of those situations where it was the LFG post was know what to do, and I was like, I've watched some videos. I'll pretend like I know what I'm doing, and it didn't fail me because I knew what I was doing. Other guy in the raid did not, and he was just like, "Oh, guys," at the end of the raid, he was like, "Not gonna lie to you, I had no idea what I was doing," and I was like, "You're not the only one, buddy." But yeah, and then right after that, I went and did a couple things in the menagerie, and I got enough Imperials to fully upgrade my Chalice. So now I no longer get Imperials, I'm just getting runes. So yeah, excited for that. I have not stepped into the Heroic Menagerie, which just launched this past Tuesday, but I'm excited to go in there because I have what they call a Perfect Chalice. I get a Catalyst for the Izanagi's Burden, which is an exotic sniper rifle. So I'm excited to go in there and get that. And I'm really working towards the Shadow title, which is the new title for Seasons of Opulence. I think I'm at 12 out of 23. I have a couple hidden that I think all come from the Heroic Menagerie. And then I think after that, I just have to do a flawless run of the raid, which is bugged right now. But I'm gonna have to sit down and like dedicate a day to that because that seems like it's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
Especially because like there are mechanics, like there's a lot of jumping. And see, here's the issue: is like you can get like mechanics and boss fights down perfectly, but there are people who just can't jump, and like
never heard of someone like that.
Yeah,
that
never heard of it.
Weird.
No, I don't know who would do that.
I don't know who that could be.
And then I think I joined a new clan a while back, and I think we're about to hit level 4, and so I'll be able to do the raid challenge bounties, which are just like special things. Like I think the one for this week is like in the raid, there's a buff you give yourself called the Witch's Blessing, and the entire point of this challenge is only 2 people can ever have that blessing, whereas when you run it normally, 3 people would have it at a time. So it's just like one less person can't have it. So yeah. And then next week, 2 days before 4th of July, the Lumina hand cannon quest starts, and I'm really excited for that.
They have so many freaking hand cannons.
They do.
Like, you never hear about like a pulse rifle or like bows these days. It's just all hand cannons, man.
Yeah, a lot of hand cannons, but I am excited for this one. It looks really cool. I'm really liking Season Offense a lot. I think it's the best value from the annual pass, and I hope they kind of use this as a model for the annual pass with Shadowkeep. And like, man, I'm super pumped for September. Like all this stuff. I am a little bummed. So the day after we're recording this, Destiny's going to be offline like all day because they're prepping for cross save this fall, and they've come out and said like there's going to be more days like this, and it's like, well, I want to play Destiny. Like, come on. But I guess if that means I get to play my Destiny on Xbox, that's cool too.
Yeah, well, but don't they generally do it kind of during the day for most like Americans? So like normally we'd be at work when they're doing it, hopefully, probably.
Yeah, I think it's 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific time, which would be 5. No, that'd be 9 for us. 9. Oh, crap. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Until 9 p.m.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Pacific time because they're in Seattle, Washington. And yeah. So yeah, most of the day. So hey, I got Elder Scrolls. I'll go play that, I guess.
Yeah. There's lots of games in the world.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm trying to think. Something else happened this week in the game, and I forget. Oh, I wanted to give a PSA because I knew we have a couple people who play Destiny. So currently there's some triumphs that are bugged. So there's an event coming later in the summer called Moments of Triumph, and you can. The entire point is there's going to be this thing called the Tribute Hall, and you can unlock these triumphs accidentally right now. They're not supposed to be able to if you're wearing menagerie gear / weapons. And like I unlocked one for Crucible because I was like doing Iron Banner and I was using the Menagerie sniper rifle, and I'd gotten enough kills that this bar filled up apparently and unlocked this triumph. Don't claim those triumphs because apparently if you do, it's bugged right now. You don't get anything from it, and you're not supposed to get anything from it until the Moon Triumph thing launches. So just if you get something for the Tribute Hall, don't claim it. Just leave it up, and hopefully you don't get screwed over in the end, because I'm sure they'll patch it eventually, but like right now, you just want to be safe and not claim that. So yeah. Also, dear God, fuck the Iron Banner quest from last week, because it was a nightmare.
I mean, my general rule of thumb is just fuck Iron Banner, period. I don't care for that one, because I'm never high enough light to be able to be okay in there, so... Just
I don't know, because like so they did Iron Banner a little differently this season, where there's a quest and you complete steps of the quest, but you can complete it alongside your fire team. So like I think the first step was like capture zones, but like if anybody on your team captures a zone, you got a point. So like it was nice.
I like that. Yeah.
That's nice. Except then like the third step was like, get super final blows, get melee kills, get grenade kills. Those grenade kills take a very long fucking time.
Grenade kills are hard in Crucible.
And like, I don't know. And like, so like each time you complete a step, you get a piece of armor, but that's the only way you can get the armor is by doing this quest. And like, I really like the Iron Banner armor for the Titan, and good lord, just it was such a grind. I got like 3 of the 5 steps done, and I was like, I'll wait for the next Iron Banner. I need a break from this because I'm going to go insane. Yeah. On top of the fact that I've decided I want to get all the pinnacle weapons this season, and competitive. So I'm doing the one for the sniper rifle. It's like I go into competitive, and luckily they've changed it where now you don't have to hit a certain rank in competitive to get the pinnacle weapon. You just have to get points in competitive, and even if you lose, all you have to do is eventually get 3,500 points cumulative.
You don't lose your points ever.
Yeah, you don't lose them.
That's good.
And like that's kind of nice. And so I'm going for the sniper rifle currently. I would like to hit 2,100 because then you unlock like a couple different weapons. Like I think there's a submachine gun called the Recluse, and it's a very strong gun currently. Like a lot of people are using it, and I would like to get it. But dear God, competitive PvP in Destiny is abysmal. I don't like it.
I never cared for it.
Yeah. But hey, I did the raid. I was super proud of that. Hoping I can get one of these raid exotics eventually. There's 3 now, so maybe I have a chance. But yeah, really liking Destiny, loving Season of Opulence, and can't wait to see what else we get to do this summer in it. So yeah.
Cool. Destiny 2. Always a good time for Cody. I keep meaning to get back into it and playing some more, so hopefully I'll have a good time in it too soon. We'll see. So, in the meantime, excuse me, I've been continuing on this platformer kick. I don't know why. I just keep wanting to play them. So I got My Friend Pedro, which is a game we've seen bits of here and there. Like I think it was on a Kind of Funny showcase, and then it was been on E3 and stuff. So it just came out. So it's this side-scroller platformer shooter, kind of. It's so many things. So you're this guy, and so you've got your gun, and it's really cool because there's super aim assist. So you just kind of aim in the general direction in it, and it gets you there. And basically the whole premise of this game is it's kind of like an action movie, and it wants you to feel like you're like that superhero action star doing these really cool moves. And so it like makes things easy for you to do that. So you've got the ability to slow down time. You've got the ability to, you can get dual guns. So you've got your one gun that you're shooting, and then you can say, okay, but there's like, if there's people on either side of you, you can hit a button to put one gun over here, and then you're just shooting both sides, which is really cool. You can do this spin, which when you're spinning, I guess it's your dodge. When you're doing that, you are avoiding bullets. And so really, I think the trick is like, you're supposed to be like spin dodging pretty constantly. I haven't mastered it yet. Still trying to get okay at that. But yeah, so then you're shooting, and then you've got a kick that you can do. You've got a single jump. You can do wall jumps, and then you've got a kick. And so if you're close to someone, you just kick them once, and they're dead, right? You can kick other items in the game too. So like, there might be a knife sitting on the ground, and you can kick that. Like you kind of aim the trajectory of it, and you kick it, and you just hit somebody with the knife, and it's like an insta-kill. Like all of like the kicking kind of stuff is usually an insta-kill. The shooting, you usually got to shoot people a few times. Depends on what kind of gun you got. I just got the shotgun tonight, and that's a one-hit kill if you get them the right way. But yeah, so it's kind of like also a puzzle game, a little bit like a puzzle platformer, because you just have to figure out ways to navigate through to get through stuff. So like I got to a level tonight where like there's these levers now, so you have to like shoot it to like make a platform come, and then you get on the platform, and then you shoot it again to make it take you back over, and doing stuff like that. So that's pretty fun. Cody, you froze for me again. I don't know if you want to try to reset that. But I'm sorry. There you go. Good. The premise of this game also, like, I forgot the important thing is, so you're this guy doing this, but you have this banana that is your friend. His name's Pedro, and he's like just telling you to like go kill these people. He's like, yeah, this is what you got to do, dude. So just go do it. And you're like, okay, I mean, I guess this banana's telling me to do it, so I guess that's what I'm gonna do. It's got a really fun sense of humor, and it's got fun music as well. And like, I feel like if you could just like nail the controls, like you would feel really cool as you're playing it. I haven't nailed those controls yet. I'm having a pretty tough time with it. So it's like back when I first played Spider-Man, and I was like, it just took me way too long to get used to the combat, to get good at it. So like I have a lot of problems with it. Like it's just like the L1 shoulder button is your dodge, but for some reason it doesn't feel natural to like hit that. And then like the X, which would be like the triangle on PlayStation, is your kick. And for some reason, it just seems like so far out of the way to do it that I just can't ever get my kick right. And I'm really not using my freeze time as well as I should, because there was this real stupid thing I got stuck on, so I had to look at a walkthrough, and this guy was just using his freeze time constantly because that extends your multiplier, and so you get a better score as you're chaining stuff together when you keep it frozen as long as possible. So it's a pretty cool game if I could get it down. Mostly I've just been playing on the levels where you're just kind of going through, like one was just like a butcher's building or whatever, and this is just another building with a bunch of like little elevators and stuff going through. But then there was this one level, which I think was just the boss fight level, where I got on a motorcycle and I was like driving down the street, and then there were other people coming at me, and so I was like shooting at him, and then like I could jump the motorcycle, so I could like jump behind him and then like jump over the cars and stuff, and that was pretty cool. And then like the boss showed up in like this big kind of like van truck, and he was throwing dynamite at me, and so you have to like shoot the dynamite out of the air before it hits you and just keep doing damage to him. So that was pretty cool. I'm interested to see like what the future boss fights are. And like I saw some video where like it seemed like you got to some levels that looked weird and less realistic, so it seems like there could be really interesting stuff that happens further down the line. But I'm still pretty quick into it. Yeah.
You made a face when you said less realistic. What's realistic about the talking banana, Sam?
Well, I mean, doesn't your fruit talk to you? Has that never happened? Right. Okay. No, yeah. But yeah, so maybe like Pedro takes you to some other like psychedelic world or something. I don't know. But yeah, so I just got to parts where so there's a lot of like things you can do for ricochets in the levels I'm at. So there's just these panels that will ricochet. There's also this frying pan, which like you shoot the frying pan and like shoot it kind of up this gap. And then it's like you're kind of juggling the frying pan up there, but each bullet is like ricocheting off of it and hitting other enemies. And that's like the cool thing. Like you don't have to really aim or do anything. It's like you just like shoot, and it takes care of it because it knows this is the cool thing you're trying to do. So it's a cool game. It's pretty neat. I hope I can just like get a handle on these controls where like I can move through it and feel more natural. Oh yeah, also tonight I got to a level where there's a skateboard, and so you can like kind of skateboard through stuff, and then you can jump and kick the skateboard to like kick it at someone. And also if you do like, there are explosive barrels. And it's kind of cool because you can like run on the barrels to get them to move, and it's like, you know, like the log run or something. But if you explode a person so that like there's just like a head left, then you can kick the head at other people and kill people with that head. So there's pretty cool stuff that you can do in this game. It just hasn't clicked for me yet where it feels natural. It's still very, and like you've got just your joystick that you're using for movement, right? You know, left, right, whatever. And then you're just supposed to push, like, not push in, but push down on it to like go into a roll to go through like narrow spots. But like I have a lot of trouble with that roll. Like I can't, like sometimes it won't go down into the roll when I'm trying to get it there, or like it'll go into a roll when I don't mean to, and then like I'll try to get out and people are shooting me. I'm like, get me out of this roll. But yeah, I think it's just, you know, it just takes some getting used to, I'm sure. So I've been having fun with it. So hopefully I will keep having fun.
You're playing on the Switch, right?
Yes.
How much is it on the Switch?
I believe it's $19.99, but if you pre-ordered it, it was $16.99, and then I think it might also be on Steam. I don't recall. I think I saw somewhere else where it was like after it had come out, it was still on sale for $16.99. So I'm not sure what all platforms it's on. But yeah, my friend Pedro. It's a fun platformer. You can feel like a badass if you get good at it. I'll let you know if I get there. All right. Cody, what else have you been playing? I hear there's some good. I hear there's some bad.
So similar to you, I was like, oh, let me boot up the Switch. See, I got the Pro Controller back for Christmas, and I have not used it. Like, I charged it,
it's
never
just
used
wasteful,
it.
Man. So good.
And so we'll take a little pit stop into Cody's journey. So it's like, oh, I should give Zelda Breath of the Wild another shot, because at the end of E3, that trailer for the sequel looked amazing. And I was like, oh, let me try this. And for 5 minutes, I was like, oh, I'm really enjoying this. And then I got to the part where my weapon started breaking and I have stamina depleting while I'm climbing. And I went, I remember why I don't like this game. So I tip my hat to you who like that kind of game. Not for me. Next up, I tried a while back. I found this MMORPG on Switch called Onigiri. I downloaded it, never started it. It is an Asian-based MMORPG. Let me tell you, I didn't get past the create a character selection because it controls like dog shit.
Like what is it? Like
a dog coprite.
Coprite. Okay.
I guess they just ported this from PC to the Switch, and so like the controls are so weird because like there's a cursor like you're on a PC, but you have to move the stick around. But then it has this kind of like auto like cling factor where the mouse will like stick to something. Like, so the first thing you gotta do is there's two different like I think they're called EULA agreements and like privacy agreements. And so it keeps like bouncing the cursor around because it wants you to scroll through this. But then like there's two little boxes where you gotta check mark them and then you can hit OK. So each time you go to try to hit the box, it'll jump up to the thing. Took me like 2 minutes to get through that. Then I got to the character creation screen. I'm playing on a rather large TV. It's the tiniest character creation thing. You can't even see anything on your character. Like, I was like, what's happening? I'm so confused. I was like, no, I'm done. And then like, it just kept snapping everywhere. And I was like, no, I'm done. I don't. So save your time. Don't play Onigiri. It's not worth it.
On Switch, at least. On
Switch. PC, I'm sure it's amazing because like you don't have your fucking the mouse thing moving everywhere. So instead, after we talked about it last week, I downloaded Harry Potter Wizards Unite on my phone because, you know, I'm a huge Pokemon Go fan. I played it for a very long time, got really into it. So I have a passing knowledge of Harry Potter. Like, I've watched the movies, never read the books. Haven't watched any of the new Fantastic Beasts movies. So this does seem like a step up in some ways from Pokemon Go. There is a story. So you are a wizard and you are working with some society. I can't remember the name of it. I'm not a Harry Potter expert.
I feel like I just knew it until you said that.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
And people know. They are asking you to, I think they're called Confoundables, something like that? Foundables. They're trying to get you to like stop them from being found out by the Muggle world. Like, you need to keep wizardry a secret. And so the kind of premise is like you are walking around and there are different kind of foundables out there with different challenges. And like the main core gameplay loop is you click on a foundable and then you trace a like, I'll call it a sigil, and that casts the spell. And like based on how fast and how accurate you are, there's a little bar, and it's like from like masterful, great, good, fair. And
there's
then
not
like
just a straight up bad.
There's not a bad.
That's nice.
Oh no, there is a bad. It's where you trace it and it goes incomplete spell because you missed the point. I've gotten a couple of those. I've gotten one masterful.
Nice.
So hey. So it is a very different challenge from Pokemon Go because like I'm used to like I got the Pokemon Go thing down. I know how to fucking spin that ball and hit a great shot. There's a sexual innuendo there somewhere. All the meanwhile, you can also like pick up like resources to craft potions, and potions act similar to how berries do in Pokemon Go, where like for tougher foundables, you can use a potion and like you make yourself better and like stuff like that. And there is a storyline going on. Like there's this like guide helping you, and then Harry Potter is there, and I have heard a little bit of the voice acting. Sounds like Daniel Radcliffe a little bit. I know it's not.
Yeah.
But they got someone who sounds similar.
How old is this Harry Potter in the game? Ish.
Looks to be like the adult one by the end of the movie. Yeah. And so like I think I just got to level 5 recently, and like I haven't done any of the walking around part. I just opened it up while I'm at my house, and there's enough
you have foundables just running around your house, Cody.
Yeah,
wow,
a good number of them. Like every hour on the hour, there's at least 5. So I haven't had to leave the house, and like I haven't even gotten into Pokestops and the gym versions. So like from what I understand, there are 3 different types of like buildings in the game. There are inns, which are just like your like Pokestops in Pokemon Go, where like you go up to them, you get resources from them. There's some version of a gym where you fight like a very strong confoundable, but you need friends there. Mm-hmm. And then I think there's like a halfway one. I don't know the name of it. Like I said, I would like to go out and like walk around with some people. I do have friends who are very into Harry Potter, and so I would like to go and like try this with them. And they're like my coworker, she's like level like 12 in this game already. Like she loves Harry Potter. It has a fun gameplay loop, like because I'm still learning new spells. Like I've had to repeat a couple spells, but like every now and then I get a new spell, and I'm like, oh cool, I got to learn this one now.
Are you use different spells for different foundables, or is it just like
there are
ones
different
are stronger? Or? Yeah,
there are different spells for different foundables. I think it just depends on the scenario. Like sometimes a foundable will be like attacking something, and so you got to do a certain one. There's sometimes another wizard will be trapped in ice, so you have to do like a fire spell to get it out. Stuff like that. Like there's different ones.
Cool.
I think like the gameplay loop is there. Like it seems like it's really cool. There is daily login bonuses. Their version of like Pokeballs is wizard energy. And so, like, you can deplete that as you cast more and more spells. So I think the point is you can go to the, like, what their version of Pokestops are to get the wizard energy. I think my biggest kind of disappointment is... And I guess, like, this makes sense to do because I think the downfall of Pokemon Go and as well as the game before it, Ingress, which is what their original geo-mapping one was... is you don't like pick a house and like
it doesn't matter what house you're in.
It doesn't matter what house you're in.
Yeah.
And like on some levels that makes sense because the issue with Pokemon Go and with Ingress was like you pick a team, oh fuck, I picked the wrong team, I can't get out of that now. And say you're in Pokemon Go, you're Team Mystic, but then everybody in your city is Team Yellow, then like you were like kind of screwed there because like you can't raid together, you can't like you're always gonna be battling for gyms against them instead of like working together, and that kind of sucks. And so it makes sense to not do it here. I also think you're going from in like Ingress and Pokemon Go, there were 3 teams, there'd be 4 because there's 4 houses, so like you pick a house. But at least like I wish there was like some way to like. How like there's that Pottermore website, which I eventually want to try and do because I want to know what house I fit into before I pick it. Yeah. You can like pick your wand. Wait, have you not
picked a house yet?
Have not picked a house yet.
I thought Cody. You'd have to do that right away.
Oh no, you can like there's a bunch of stuff you get to pick, but I haven't done it. Like you can pick your wand and like you can research the type of wood that you want your wand made out of.
Yeah.
A lot of like you make a profile for yourself and a lot of picture options, so you can dress yourself you could put filters over your face to like dress up like different characters, and like they have like the regalia for the school uniforms. It's a lot of cool stuff. I think the microtransaction stuff is just like buying the wizard energy you can buy certain outfits. Like I think they have like you can buy like special outfits for like Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw right now. And then there's different stuff to like make yourself look different on the picture stuff. And then like there's also like your character in game, like it's just like you wearing like a purple hat, purple robe. It kind of looks a little goofy, so I guess you can dress that character up and look different as well.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of fun. Like if you're into Harry Potter, definitely play this game. Like I am like loosely into Harry Potter, and I'm enjoying myself. It's a lot of fun. It passes the time for me when I'm like bored on the bed, and I'm like, oh, let me just cast a spell real quick. I do wonder, like, because like Pokemon Go evolved, and like we didn't have raids at the start. Gyms were a lot different. I wonder just how this like changes over time. Like, do you eventually like? There's going to be like giant raids where like you face Voldemort and like or other bad guys and like you're not catching anything, like you're just learning spells, and I wonder like how this game evolves over time. I'm very interested in that, but like we're only on a weekend, so like they have time. I mean, maybe there'll be a Wizards Unite Fest, like there's a Pokemon Go Fest every year. Who knows? Yeah, I'm having fun with it. I'm sorry you can't download it on your phone, Sam. Maybe one of these days.
It's too bad. And I see everybody playing it, and everybody's like, "Oh, here's my friend code." Da da da. I'm like, whatever, people. I don't.
And see, that's another thing. I wonder, like, is it only beneficial to be friends with people that you're going to be playing with, or is it like, can I send like gifts? Because in Pokemon Go, you can send gifts to people from across the country. Like, I just wonder. Yeah. So yeah, I need to get into that and see. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do. So
it sounds cool. I'm bummed I don't get to play it, but I mean not super, because I mean I'd probably play it for a couple hours and then I'd be done with it, because that's generally how I do. But Harry Potter's fun, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll get it. Maybe it's just like a limited initial release, and then they'll get it to more phones, because I feel like my phone should be able to do it. So we'll see what happens. By the time they do that, nobody I know is going to be playing it anymore, so it won't matter. But
I think a report came out. They made like 300,000 in the first 24 hours. So like, good for them.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's not super impressive. I feel like it needs to be like $1 million.
I'm trying to remember what Pokemon Go brought in, like 7 million last year. I want to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was listening to a kind of funny Games Daily, and they read the number out. And I feel like it was like 7 to 8 million ish, kind of. So yeah.
I feel like maybe I'm just inflating everything. I think they should be doing better. They should be doing more.
I mean, that was in the first day. We've been a week. Yeah, I'm sure they'll come out and be like, "Hey, people."
Yeah. All right. Well, that's Harry Potter Wizards Unite. If you have a phone that can play it, go check it out. Maybe you can be friends with Cody. I don't know. I guess we'll see. So while people are doing that, I went back and I've been playing an old favorite of mine, Resogun. Big surprise. Okay, so
Sam, I thought we talked about this addiction. You were clean for a while.
I was, but something happened, Cody. This was not my fault. Okay. Oh. I was gonna play some games with Amy from Third Player Games, and we were like, "What should we play?" And we're both like, "I don't know. We both really like Resogun, so let's go play some Resogun." And
Amy, the enabler.
No, listen to this. Listen to this. It turns out that while we both love Resogun, we've played it in completely different ways.
Oh.
Okay, so we started, and I was like, "Okay, here, I'll load us into arcade. We'll just start at the beginning and play this." And she's like, "What is this mode? Like, I've never played this mode before." And like, arcade was what I played just all the time. It's got the 5 levels you go through, whatever. But yeah, so then she started showing me stuff, and I had to buy this DLC, the Definitor's DLC. And so we go and play this Protector mode. And Cody, so this mode, Resogun, your playing field is a big circle. You just kind of circle around the whole time. So like the arcade mode has different levels. You beat the level, you get your score screen pop up, you move on to the next level. This Protector mode, you don't do that. So what's happening here is kind of you're building a city, so to speak, And so every 3 humans that you save, like you build a building. And then I believe every 3 buildings that you build, the kind of background of the level, it does this flip, okay? And the scenery changes. And like it'll go from kind of like daytime to nighttime. And then like as it goes, like you get to this level where there's like this lava stuff going on back there, and there'll be lava balls coming from the sky. And it's crazy. And while we were playing this, like she didn't really remember a lot of the stuff. I didn't know anything. I was playing it later and learning more about it. So normally, like in the arcade mode, the keepers will come and you have to kill the keepers, and then that will release a human from one of the boxes that you just see throughout the level. They're just there hanging out until they get released. But in this protector mode, like there will just be a box that spawns kind of like enemies spawning, and it'll just be like floating around there, and like you go shoot the box to get the human and then go deposit it, right? So you get like normally you deposit a human and you would get like an extra bomb or points, or maybe you'd get an extra life. But this one has you get some of those things, but then also you get some cool things. So you get your human capacity up. So like you can only carry 1 human at a time, and then you get this human capacity perk, and then you can suddenly carry 2 humans at a time. And then it stacks because I got another one and I could carry 3 humans at a time, which is really cool. And then there's also this ability that you get where it's a teleporter. And so say you've picked up your humans, but like the deposit point is all on the other side of the map, you can just hit your teleporter button and it'll deposit those humans automatically without you having to go over there, which is really handy. Because like sometimes you'll end up with like just a bunch of humans over here together, and you're like, crap, I gotta pick these up, take them over there, go get them. So if you got your teleport, you can teleport them over there, okay? So the enemies in this type of level, they look slightly differently. Like they're the same kind of body type, but I feel that they look a little Minecrafty, like they kind of look like they're built of blocks, and they seem just a little bit harder to kill than the arcade level enemies when you're starting out anyway. Also, like I talked about all these fun perks you can get. You never get an extra life perk in this mode. Oh. You never get an extra life. You have 1 life to live, like the soap opera. And so 1 hit and you're down. Unless you get shields. You get shields a lot too, which is helpful. But so you're fighting these enemies, and then I feel like so as you're playing, there's like this little countdown timer up at the top. And when that countdown timer gets to 0, a city destroyer spaceship shows up. And it's like a little boss, pretty much. It's not as bad as like the bosses in the arcade level, but I mean, it takes a lot to finish those off. And my technique has always been to try to have my overcharge ready to go, or have a bomb I can use to destroy it. Because if you don't get it destroyed in time, it'll destroy one of your buildings, which sucks. Yeah. So, and I'm not sure, like I said, like I was kind of learning stuff as I was going, just seeing what happens. But I feel like if you can get all of your enough humans and you can get the level flipped soon enough, I think you can avoid the city destroyers showing up. I could be wrong, and I could have just not been playing it right. There's a lot going on while all this is happening. Yeah. There's also, like, I don't know if you just do something wrong or if it just happens naturally after a while, but there's kind of this bridge platform that will get destroyed. And so if that's an area where humans are, if you, like, unlock their box, you got to be careful to, like, catch them before they fall down, or they'll just fall down in the gap and die. So I don't know why that thing goes away, but I've had it go away multiple times, and then other times I've had it where it will respawn again. It'll say bridge like rebuilt or something. So I don't know what you do to get it back. Maybe that's like instead of building a building, you build the bridge. I don't know. But it's like really fun. I don't understand how far it goes, like if there's a way to beat it, or if it just like will go on forever. I've gotten my furthest, I think, is I got the background to flip 5 times, and I've saved 30 humans. I think was my best. And it's just like, it's addictive because it's like a whole new Resogun, Cody. It's like a whole new way to play, and I'm just like, oh, it's really cool. So I've been playing that and having a really good time. She showed me some other modes too. I didn't care for those as much. There are some where you play as like a little commando person, and that's just not as fun. I like being in my ship flying around. She had some fun ships. She had a Buzz Lightyear shaped ship that she could play as, so that was pretty cool. But we had a good time, and so I'm playing Resogun again. I don't think I'm gonna get all the trophies in this DLC because like some of them seem real hard, but I'm having fun. I'm gonna see how many times I can flip that background. So yeah.
I'm glad you're having fun, Sam. Amy, my lawyers will contact your lawyers. You're going down, you enabler.
It's just so cool that like you have a game that you love so much, and then someone comes along and shows you like a whole other side to it that you didn't even know. It's really cool. So I'm happy. I'm happy that I learned it. It's fine. I'll pay her legal fees. Don't worry about it. It's worth it. So all right. Let's get into some news. So, first order of business. There was an article on GameSpot that was talking about how various EA executives, C-level executives, have given up their cash bonuses for this year in order to distribute them to developers and other employees and to like just invest in the business again, which I thought was really cool. And I just wanted to call out because, you know, every time a company does something bad, we're all going to jump on them and talk about it. So when they do something good and do something right, I think it's important to call that out as well. And I think it's, you know, EA's gotten a lot of shit for doing stuff people didn't like in the last couple of years. And I think part of what I read was saying that part of the reason they did this was because their financials didn't live up to what they wanted it to be this year. Like it was a disappointment. But I don't really care what the reason was. I mean, if one person is supposed to get like a multi-million-dollar bonus, I mean, you know, they really need that much. You know, it's just like that's a whole lot of money. And to be able to give people who are working hard, working through crunch, putting so much energy into making these things and to like let them get rewarded for that, that's just really cool. So I was happy about that.
Maybe the people at Activision should take notice. And
well, I debated saying this or not. I was going to say, well, I hope their contractors maybe got some bonus too, because contractors are getting treated like shit. Getting treated like co-prites at various companies. So this week, there just today actually, there was an article on Kotaku by Jason Schreier talking about Activision, specifically Treyarch, and just the horrible way that the contractors, specifically the QA testers, are treated as second-class citizens and really just not treated well over there.
Very good read. You should definitely sit down and read it. Very insightful really stuff into the development of Black Ops 4, especially how Blackout was pretty much made within a couple months of the game launching.
Yeah, a last-minute thing. They were working on one thing and then scrapped it and said, hey, do this instead. It makes me really sad for them to have the 2-year cycle for the game next year, which sucks because everybody's going to be crunching even worse, I would assume, through that. And I mean, this isn't the first time that we've heard stuff like that. I wish I remembered what company it was before that had like a similar thing. They were talking about how the contractors specifically were treated completely differently and horribly. It might have been Riot Games, but it could have been Rockstar.
I think it may have been Rockstar during
the Red Dead stuff.
Red Dead stuff,
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it really doesn't matter because probably it's a lot of companies and we just haven't heard the stories of it yet. But it's just the way the industry is and it's horrible. And hopefully it'll improve. But So at least somebody's trying to do something good over there at EA. So good for them. Hopefully more companies will do good things. Next up. So somebody made this Mario Royale battle royale game, and it's like a Super Mario 1. You're playing as Mario against a bunch of other Marios, just navigating through the level. And you're not like trying to kill the other Marios. Like you can't like jump on them, affect them. What you can do is affect the world. So like you could shoot a tortoiseshell. I don't know why I said tortoiseshell. It's a turtle shell. You could shoot a turtle shell at them and kill them. If they're standing on a block, you could break the block to make them fall down. Or if you're going through, like, you could, you know, if it's like those things that you stand on and then they fall away, you could make all of them fall away as you're going so that like nobody else can land on them if they're coming behind you. So there's different things you could do to slow people down to make sure that you're the one who gets to the end first. So it's a fun idea for a game. Cody, what do you think Nintendo thought of that game?
I think Nintendo probably did not like that because they don't really like when people make these games. Like,
no.
In a similar style, there's always these like Pokemon hacks, and like I think there was one called like Pokemon Uranium, and like that got brought down so quickly. So yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of lawsuits, So I read this earlier this week. I was like, this sounds cool. They had changed the game, so it wasn't Mario Royale anymore. It was Infringio Royale because it was a copyright infringement. And like you played as not Mario, but a little guy named Infringio, I think. And he was like he looked like a knockoff Mario. Like they made him not look like exactly Mario, but he was a clear like representation of Mario. And so they were going to try to operate this and see if they could get through with that. I was like, okay. So today before the show, I was like, I want to go check into this and just like see if I can play, because it's supposed to be just a browser game. I'm like, let me just see how this is. I tried to go to the site and it's like, no, Nintendo said, no, not at all. Still not okay. So it's completely shut down right now. I don't know if they'll find a way to get it past the scrutiny and be able to have something up.
It is a very neat concept for a game, and Nintendo should maybe license this guy and be like, hey.
I mean, Tetris 99, why not have this? Yeah. You know? So, like, expand your horizons for what a battle royale could be. So one thing just occurred to me. I'm thinking about this now. So we keep hearing about this game Dreams, right? And everybody is, the sky's the limit on what you can create in Dreams. And people are recreating all this stuff. Different video games, different scenes from things. Are they subject to copyright infringement stuff? Like, how does that work? I mean, they recreated Dead Space.
Yeah. I think as long as it's in-game, it's fine. I imagine once you kind of, like, step out of that and, like, if... There's going to be a lot of... Dreams can be a very interesting thing, because it's going to be a lot of people, like, creating things and then possibly trying to sell those assets. Because, like, the idea is that, like, if you're a music person, you can create a track.
You really robot for me there for a second. Are you okay now? Okay, I think you're okay now. Sorry.
Like, the idea of Dreams is, like, if you're really good at music, you can make tracks and upload them. But I think we're going to run into cases where, like, people are going to be like, hey, I wrote these tracks, pay me for them. You can use them in this, like, game you're making. And
That's the whole thing about Dreams. It's a little iffy. I feel like Dreams owns everything you make. Mm. Like I don't know if they're allowed to monetize it. But I mean, if it's made in Dreams, it's like,
yeah, it's
theirs. You can't take it and then suddenly say, I want to make this available on Nintendo Switch. Like, no, it's in Dreams. It's a Dreams thing. So I don't know. And I mean, if whoever made this browser game, the Mario Royale, if they went into Dreams and made it in there and people could just go into Dreams and play it, have they avoided problems because of that? Or are they going to get shut down in Dreams too?
Yeah, I do wonder maybe if the people running the Dream servers like see that and be like, all right, hey, we can't have this up. Like, you need to take it down.
But I mean, they recreated Dead Space. So like,
yeah, but that was during the beta,
stuff.
Correct? When the game actually releases,
okay,
I wonder what they'll be able to do. Well,
it's in early access now, and they're still making things that are replicating other things. So I don't know. It's interesting to think about, I guess.
Hey, speaking of Nintendo, some news that came out. So
Breaking news.
Okay. Astral Chain. This game we were all hyped up from the Nintendo Showcase is apparently planned to be a trilogy, but the sequels depend on how well it sells. And I was like, ooh, that's not good. Like, I would rather you keep that hidden until after the game comes out. Because now I'm like, well, if the sales aren't good and I'm buying this game, I'm not getting a finished project because you have a planned trilogy. Yeah.
To be fair, something can be a trilogy and still have each thing be a complete separate, digestible, makes sense on its own type of story. So that's entirely possible. It's also just weird and possibly a little manipulative to announce this, because it's like, hey guys, if you don't buy our game a lot, there's not going to be any more of it, so you better go do that. You better spend your money and put your support out to make this a thing. Like, that's your responsibility. Which, I mean, I guess, normally it is, but developers don't just come out and make it a statement like that. It's just weird. And I mean, it's so weird.
It's a very weird statement. Hey, everyone buy Astral Chain because it looks dope. So. It
looks dope. Since when do we say dope?
I say dope all the time.
Do we?
I do.
Okay, I don't know. You're younger and hipper than me, so I don't know. I'm probably still gonna buy it too, but still, it's just weird.
It's a weird thing to come out and say.
Yeah. So, all right. Our last order of news. So we just finished up Pride Month. Well, actually, this is still going. Actually, this comes out June 20. No. See, Cody, this happened to me this weekend. I had a major freak out because I was like, oh my God, there's still more 1 week of June. I don't have another Pride game picked out. And I started freaking out. And then I was like, no, wait, it's not. So this will come out. I don't understand days.
July 1st.
July 1st, which is why I don't have a Pride pick this week. It's all okay. So Pride Month will have just finished when this episode comes out. So fittingly or timely, Steam adds a LGBTQ plus tag for their games as a permanent tag. Because right now you could manually add it in there if you wanted to, but it doesn't show up. The manual tags don't show up in search as well. So having it be just a standard one is going to make it a lot easier to find those types of games and just better navigation, which is really cool. Cody, you've frozen on the screen again for me. If you could please try to fix that, just because I love to see your smiling face and all your expressions that happen. So, but yeah, I thought that was pretty cool because, like I said last week, I was having, a spot of trouble trying to find some good games for my Pride pick, and I did find some lists on Steam, but being able to have the tag and search by the tag will give me some much better results, and it's just hey, that's cool. It's a good thing to do. It sucks that it took so long to do it. You would have thought that would have been there a long time ago, but it's fine. It's here now, and it's good. So, keeping on that theme, we had another question from Grune, which I know you guys, we still have some older questions, but this one, I liked it better. And I'm playing favorites with my questions. What are you going to do? I can't help it. Okay. So, Grune's question was, who is your favorite LGBTQ video game character? His is Dorian from Dragon Age Inquisition. Are you at all familiar with Dorian from Dragon Age Inquisition?
I'm not.
I'm not either, and I just now realized I probably should have looked that up to have a little fun fact about who that is. I played a little Dragon Age Inquisition. I don't remember a Dorian. I didn't play very much. Fun fact: I played it twice. Because the second time I I'd forgotten that I'd ever played it the first time. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to play this Dragon Age Inquisition. I played it for a good 15 minutes or so before I was like, wait, I think I've played this before. So obviously it made an impression on me. I hear it's a real good game. People love it, so I shouldn't talk bad about it. But anyway, let's answer the question. I'll start because so my favorite character is Akarsha from Butterfly Soup. Now, Cody, you know I love this game. I've told you like a million times you should play this game because it's so fun and adorable. Akarsha, well, he kind of plays all the main characters a little bit, but she's like starts as kind of a side character. You don't play as her till later, but she has this really playful personality, and she likes to play pranks on people, and she always just has a really good attitude, and she's just like super comfortable with who she is. Like the main character that you start with is like trying to come to terms with the fact that she might be gay, and she's just like really stressed out about it, and like, you know, telling people it's like, and then like there's just kind of like this throwaway line where Akarsha's like, oh yeah, I'm bi, it's cool, and like it's no big deal. It doesn't even faze her at all. And she's just fun, and I like her. And pretty much anytime I do a character creator where I get to name the character, I call her Akarsha because she's just fun. So that's my pick. What about you, Cody?
So I went with one because I do really love this video game character, and it was actually just revealed, I think last year, that Soldier 76 is in fact bisexual, or was it gay?
I don't know. He was in a relationship with a man, so
yeah.
We don't have to have labels. We just have love.
And like, you know, I just would like for them to dive more into that. Like, I would just love more lore for Overwatch in general. Maybe with this Overwatch 2, it's been rumored we'll get more into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's a really nice little detail to know about Soldier 76 because, like, he's had a hard life. You know, he almost died, and it's good to know he's out there getting him some love. You know.
Yeah. Oh, and I just thought it was really cool that they revealed that about him, just because it's nice anytime somebody shows somebody who's maybe not what you would typically think of as a gay person. You know, he's like this tough soldier that everybody's always thought of as just like the tough guy, and now you see this like softer emotional side to him, and like you're like, hey, that's pretty cool. So yeah, those are some of our favorites. There could always be more. There could always be more in games. So hopefully, as time goes on, we'll see more representation in games. But in the meantime, we would love to hear from you and who your favorite LGBTQ character is in video games. If you want to tell us, you can email us at geekheartgames.com. We're on Facebook and Nope. Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. I hate doing the outro. Oh my God. And also, it's really hot in here right now. I'm just like about to pass out. So let's try it again. You can email us at contact@geekheartgames.com. I'm really glad you're paying attention, Cody, and like catching it. And I'm not just letting me say horribly wrong stuff. Facebook and Twitter is at geekheartgames. Live streams over at twitch.tv/geekheartgames. You can watch videos at geekheartgames.com/YouTube. And if you want to know what Copride is, you should go watch the video for this episode and watch the post-credit scene, and you'll figure it out. The more you know. You can join our Discord at geekheartgames.com/Discord. You can buy shirts at geekheartgames.com/shirts. And we would love for you to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or your podcast service of choice. You can subscribe on YouTube as well. Just a reminder, next week will be our Street Fighter episode, so put on your fisticuffs. No, I don't know. I don't have anything else.
Put on your Street Fighter wear and get ready to throw down.
Get ready to rumble?
What did they say in Street Fighter?
I don't
know.
Sure.
It's been a hot minute since I played a Street Fighter game.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so yeah. Cody, is there anything else?
You can follow Sam at SKSUVAK, and you can follow me on Twitter at comicbookcody.
Cody is great at outros, you guys. He's a professional.
It's intros. I can't get down.
We should have just split it up. I do intros, you do outros. We'd be good to go. All right. Cody, take it away.
We're just two geeks who heart games. Do 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 do. Yeah. Sam, very exciting stuff. Am I frozen before we start this?
Not yet. I'll let you know if you freeze.
Yeah, you gotta let me know because this is a visual thing.
There's things I don't want to see, Cody.
Oh, just you wait. So I had a date last night. It was a pretty fun one. Michael's is a craft store. I don't know if they have them where you're located.
This is how all the hot dates start.
So they're having a sale on these National Geographic. I guess they're like not models, but like so there's these little chalk pieces, and the point is like you're digging and excavating the chalk pieces, and there are things inside. These are designed for 8-year-olds. They were normally $5. They're priced down to $2. Okay. So we got a couple and had a nice little date where we just dug up some stuff. So let me, there's some interest. There's a little gemstone, right? So we got a little quartz crystal, really pretty. Nice. I'm not gonna lie.
You can do some spells with that, probably.
Ooh, yes. So there was a treasure chest and then also a gold bar. And from both of those, we got a little pyrite, pretty neat. All right. Then there was a chalk shark that I dug through.
Did it have a diver inside of it?
No. It had a fossil.
Okay.
It's a crow shark tooth.
I've never heard of a crow shark.
Yeah.
It looks like a little
They
heart.
went extinct. I made a pun about it last time on a date. But bye.
That's why you're a keeper.
This next one. So this was the first one I got shown, and I was like, "Fuck yes!" But I had a different mindset going into it. So it was a chalk dinosaur poop.
Yeah.
And in my head, I went because it said all I saw was excavate this poop for a fossil. And in my head, I was like, "Oh, it's like a T-Rex ate another dinosaur. You excavate the poop. There's gonna be a dinosaur bone in it, right?"
Yeah.
No. We were all wrong. We were all tricked. Have you ever heard of a coprite?
No.
It's a fossilized dinosaur poop.
So you excavated poop to get more poop.
Yeah.
That's real disappointing.
It was a real shitty situation all around.
A+ fun though.
Yeah, I'm going and I'm digging through this chalk poop, and I'm like, oh, I'm real excited to find this like dinosaur bone. And I start seeing this little dark brown thing start poking out, and I'm like, I look at the little thing, and I'm like, this is straight up a piece of shit. And then I got the little they come with a little manual, and like the little manual like has you information like there was 3 shark teeth you could have gotten, and they were all from different sharks. And so I started reading about coprites. And this is like what like archaeologists use to learn about like what plants and other animals were alive during that time where they find it. And I was like, oh, cool. I didn't want some dinosaur shit. But the quartz and the shark tooth were a very good.
Those are pretty surprise. Cool. The rest of it though, what a pile of coprite, really.
I know, right? Just like, well, she's like, what did you think it was gonna be? And I was like, I thought like a T-Rex ate another dinosaur, and I was going to get a little fossil bone, and I was so excited for that. And then, no. Also, the chalk just went everywhere. Like, I laid a towel down, and then we laid napkins down, and I was still just like, this is awful. And then, like, we needed a thing of water to wash the fossils off. And some of the stuff came out really nice. Like, the quartz looks really clean, but, like, the pyrite and the coprite they still like have like chalky bits to them, and
it seems like a bad idea. You should like do that outside. Like,
and I was thinking about it, and I was like, if I was an 8-year-old and I was given one of these, the only one I'd be really excited for is the shark one, because like fucking shark tooth, pretty fucking sick. Yeah. I mean, the rest of these are kind of like, oh, okay, all right, thanks, Grandma, thanks for giving me these. But it was a fun little date. I enjoyed myself.
That's good. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm sorry you got a poop.
Yeah, I mean, I made the best of a shitty situation, you know?
Yeah.
It was all for these poop puns, you know?
Yeah, I feel like for the rest of the show tonight, whenever we're gonna say shit or a form of shit, we should say coprite and then just go with it. And no one's gonna know what we're talking about because this will go after.
Yeah. They're gonna be so fucking. The audio podcast is gonna be.
They're
so
not gonna
confused.
know at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
funny story.
Coprite.
This was the number 2 option for the date.
Number 2.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I got.
You had some good ones. I enjoyed it. So